Hey, it's Sam with a quick little show announcement. As you may know, I've been running my hour, trying to, really figure it out. And so I've been doing it in New York and LA, and all those dates have sold out. So I've decided to add one more New York date and one more LA date. So in New York, I'll be at Union Hall on May 3rd. That's a Sunday. And then in LA, I will be at Lyric Hyperion on May 14th. That's a Thursday. So I would simply love to see you there. I've been really having a good time doing this, and I appreciate you guys coming out and making me not look like a fucking idiot. Okay, enjoy the episode. Bye. Podcast starts now. What is up, everyone around the globe? You're listening to StraightioLab. And we were just talking about this thing. I almost want to just start talking because we were actually in an amazing flow state.
Okay. So, yeah.
We were talking about the thing.
Just go.
My favorite thing that gay guys do. First of all, please welcome our guest, Jay Jurden.
Shout out. Jay Jurden.
And this is not about me, by the way. We weren't talking about me.
No, sorry. That makes it seem like it is.
His special Yes Ma'am is streaming on Hulu.
Yes.
So. I just wanted you to be able to talk because you were allowed to speak before and now you weren't, and it didn't feel right.
Yeah, usually we do an intro and then bring in a guest, but we cannot.
No, but we've all seen the podcast and heard the podcast where you go, y'all have been talking for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Who's this person giggling in the background? There's a third laugh.
There's a third laugh. And so we were talking about this thing that is my favorite type of crash out is when a gay guy who posts almost all the time very sexy pics of themselves also has specifically I like it when they have a visual art career.
Yeah.
And they then are they post their visual art and then they get mad because it only gets 150 likes.
Yeah.
And they'll post to stories being like, so when I post my body, it gets 2,000 likes. And when I post my art, it only gets 150 likes. This is what's wrong with our community.
And Sam, the art is always a collage. It's always a collage that looks like a ransom letter. That's definitely the O from a Vogue magazine.
And there's references to Pokemon somewhere in there.
Yeah. Pokemon. My husband was playing Pokemon Pokopia this morning. Yeah. And I played Pokemon ZA last night. Pokemon, fully gay. So gay now that when gay guys don't know about Pokemon, it was when that period of time when someone would be like, you don't know your star signs? That's what Pokemon feels like to me.
This is tough.
Are y'all not trainers?
I was.
You were a Pokemon trainer?
I was deep into it. But Pokemon the franchise, and sorry to alienate George, he does not know anything about this.
Well, because George has books he got to read.
Oh my God, I knew that was gonna be the angle. No.
And books to write.
To be clear,
he's too busy being at the theater.
Actually even worse. It's
he's too busy being in the theater.
No, it's even worse. It's when other people are playing video games, I'm just scrolling Instagram. Because everyone has the time that they're doing something kind of mindless and sort of passive. And my mindless hobbies are basically just scrolling the internet. It's learning about a sort of argument that is happening outside of my world and being okay, got it. So someone wrote something that shades this drag queen, and then she said this on a podcast, and then I will spend 45 minutes learning that. That time I could be using training Pokemon. Yeah. And that's different than my reading time or than my theater time.
Got it.
So I wish I was training Pokemon.
You're allotted reading and theater time.
Okay, go on.
Well, I felt wronged by the franchise. Yeah. Because they kept doing it kept not improving, I felt like.
Whoa.
And then I'd play it and I'd be honestly, I'm kind of bored. And I would finish, but I'd be this is kind of boring. And so then I was, of course, curious with Pokopia, but I'm almost trying to be what if I skip this one?
Okay.
And also, it's specifically a grocery store. It's you're going grocery shopping the game. And I'm
grocery store?
There's certain games that I just call running errands of the game.
So it's Animal Crossing.
So I have a
Animal
question.
Crossing
Yes. You're talking about the Pokemon franchise. I'm asking this with no judgment.
Yeah,
I'm asking this in a literal way.
Sentence we've ever heard.
Over the last 20 years, you have been keeping up with Pokemon games and playing them as they come out.
Correct.
That is so foreign to me. Pokemon is something that I remember the card game when I was in second and third grade. I have not thought about it since then. And I remember actually crying in the Pokemon movie when the clones fought each other. I was this is the most meaningful. The only other thing that made me cry at that age was I Am Sam starring Sean Penn, which do not check out now because it has not aged well. But specifically, I cried at Michelle Pfeiffer going through a divorce, not at Sean Penn losing custody of his daughter. The entire movie is about, like, it's the harrowing story of Sean Penn losing custody of his daughter. And it's like about how he is being, there's prejudice against him, whatever. The moment I cry is when Michelle Pfeiffer is getting a divorce because her husband is cheating on her.
Okay, yeah. So that sparked the same sort of emotional...
Yes, as the two Charmanders fighting each other.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which those two Pokemon fighting that are clones of each other, that's kind of what we were talking about at the beginning, which is gay guys getting mad at other gay guys for not liking their art projects and liking their selfies.
Gay guys are kind of like the last form of Pokemon.
Yeah. Every gay guy does think he is a Pokemon that is going to evolve. Like every gay guy thinks they have a 3-stage evolution.
Yes.
And sometimes it's just 2 stages and sometimes you don't
often
evolve.
you're just Squirtle. You know?
Often they don't get to go anywhere. There may be new forms, maybe a different regional form, but
maybe they'll learn a new attack.
Yeah.
Yes. I love when a gay guy learns a new attack.
Yeah. I've been very invested in Pokemon only because I kind of went away for a long time. So I've had the opposite experience that Sam had. So I went away.
Okay.
I said, I'm not touching it. And then, you know, had a little bit of time. I'll say it. Also, a little bit of disposable income.
Hey, it doesn't hurt.
And now
Pokemon go to the store.
Yeah, I can Pokemon go to the Nintendo store online and buy it. But I also bought the Dragon Ball Z video game. So it's still very like bro coded.
Well, and the thing is, like, video games are like the one true unproductive thing one can do.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like watching a TV show now, I'm like, okay, well, this will be good to be able to talk about on the podcast. Or like if I'm like going to see a movie, I'm like, this will be helpful to like have conversations.
Well, no, if you're playing Final Fantasy, you can talk with Bowen.
That's true. That's true.
If you're playing Pokopia, you can talk with Bowen. There's very specific places you can go to discuss that stuff. But as far as like big picture, it is, you know, it is hard.
And honestly, I found some alienation in the sense that I got too good at Super Smash Bros.
Wow.
Oh my God. So then people stopped inviting you?
People got mad at me.
Yeah. Well, do you gloat?
No, I'm the most humble and respectful winner.
That's even worse. If you're a quiet winner who's like, oh, that's easy.
We had a time on Fire Island where everyone was like playful, like, ha, let's play Super Smash Bros. And I was like, I don't want to because like this is like something, it's like a drug to me. It's like so addictive. And I honestly have kind of sworn it off because I like played for hours and hours and hours for years and years and years.
Sam, you are the living embodiment of the t-shirt people used to get at the fair that said, dick too big might kill somebody. That's you on Smash Bros. I would love to, but I can't. Everyone's gonna be mad.
We played and I won.
Yeah.
Like every single time.
List the people you beat.
Oh my God. It's a real who's who of Brooklyn old comedy.
List the people.
Many of them have credits you wouldn't believe.
List the people you beat.
Some of them know Ariana Grande.
Poor Chris.
I was even like using like different characters I don't know what to play with.
You go, I wasn't even using my main.
Like it was, and then we ended after like maybe a half hour and everyone was like fully in a bad mood then. And I was like, I told you. And then like years later, I was going back and somebody was like, I'm bringing my Switch. We can play Smash again. And I was like, we are not doing this again. We are not doing this again.
They have a code word for Sam in a different group chat. They're like, fucking Bowser Jr. over here.
It weirds me out when you have elements of your life that I have no connection.
I love that.
Like, so you are just like, I know that Sam is playing video games like consistently. And I have no idea what any of them are, what his tastes are, because it is a world I'm not familiar with at all. Like, I wouldn't even be able to tell you, like, are Sam's tastes in video games good? Are they like sophisticated? Are they like populist? I don't know.
What's a game that you think Sam plays outside of the ones we've listed already?
It is I literally know nothing. It is like my references are like things I remember from when I was.
I'm gonna say it, and he's gonna shoot me. It's all Greek to me.
I have a
he's not gonna like it, but
I have a memory of when I was a kid and when we lived in New Jersey already, I felt very foreign and I was just like I always like said the wrong thing, and there was some kids were coming over and they were like, we should play video games, and I didn't know anything about video games, but I had heard of the video game Zelda, and that was the one I knew, and I was like, I was like, oh, what if we play Zelda? And so then the kid goes, maybe a multiplayer one. I was like, fuck. I said the wrong thing. Like, that's not for multiplayer. And that's like a real core memory. Yeah, that's a real core memory. Already, I'm like, my parents are 4 and I'm like, whatever. And that was such a core memory where I was like, damn, I couldn't even suggest the right video game.
That's really tough. Because at that age, it really was how you like communicated.
I know.
It was that.
And I actually then later on, I have another memory of I really loved the movie White Chicks, and I.
Hey, I know you have good taste.
Thank you. But then I made this group of boys watch White Chicks, and none of them liked it.
Well, your friends were racist.
Now that's an interesting point.
You had a racist friend.
I get that could go either way. It's like, did they not like it because they were racist, or did they not like it because the movie is racist?
No, I'm joking. I think there was I think the cultural take, the overwhelming cultural take on White Chicks at first was kind of silly urban comedy, and then it snowball effect and became so huge, and now everyone's like, that's pretty funny. Oh, wait a second, that's actually really funny. And now it's kind of reached this TikTok level where it's always like in one of the scrolls or something from it.
Sure.
And like people still use audio from it in so many videos. The minute there's like a white person doing anything, they use the Terry Crews "Careful White Chocolate You Might Melt" like audio.
I mean, it's iconic.
Yeah. It's
also people, regardless of whether it's funny or not, or whether it's like in good taste or not, what bothers me is when people don't recognize the talent that goes into it. Like, it's like the level of comedic performance happening in that movie is better than anything winning the Golden Globe for Best Comedy. Like, it's
well,
just
of
like,
course.
Yeah, whatever. We can't get into it. Anyway.
Wow, I have nothing to say about. I think only because there was an award show last night when per this taping now. I think that like comedy opinions shift in a way that like drama opinions don't, like over time, and not just from a like cult classic standpoint, but just people go, oh, this is like really, really good. Even now, I still see people online who go, wait a minute, I kind of like Booksmart. I go, yeah, of course. Yeah. Like, so people watch these things, and I think it changes. It's right now when it comes to comedy, I'm always like, oh, well, it could be a comedy that's like really good for clips. It could be a comedy that's really good for like elevating an already established star. It could be a comedy that's good for making us remember this person can still be funny. It's a comedy that's like, comedies are expected to do so many things, whereas like a good dramatic story is just kind of like, that's an amazing story. That's a visionary director. That's an amazing actor. That's an amazing actress. That's, oh my God, supporting actor carried the whole movie. Whereas comedies kind of serve as these like Swiss Army knives.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought up comedy that's meant for clips, because I'm seeing that more and more.
Yeah, right?
It's like sometimes
like a TV show
or a movie or whatever. It's like, you can tell that it was made so that this clip will be. I even think they're purposefully making wigs worse so that
this is our big conspiracy.
I want to hear this.
But we have covered this.
Yeah, we have.
I just
wigs are getting so bad, so people go, that wig's terrible.
So people tweet about it, so that then people start talking about the show or like post about it.
Or they just like everything's rushed.
Have you seen any clips from the new Nicole Kidman show?
No, is that what she's promoting right now?
Yeah, it's. Okay. I think she plays a detective or something. But Jamie Lee Curtis is in it, and they give her a look that's like, you know, when the look is white trash, like that. It's like what they did with Glenn Close in Hillbilly Elegy. And there's a specific look, and they made Jamie Lee Curtis look intentionally funny and ridiculous, so that people would be like, look at this bitch.
Okay, yeah, the mimification of Glenn Close in Hillbilly Elegy in the Mamaw shirt, the big pink shirt in the kitchen. The internet, it was just gonna take the stuff in a vacuum and go, terrible movie. You shouldn't give up your kids for Percocets, but look at grandma.
Yeah, or well, we saw how that turned out. So maybe you should.
Actually, give that kid up. If the kid is, if the vibes are that bad that early, Mama Vance, go ahead and
I know, justice for Mama Vance.
The first woman to be like, I don't like this fucker.
No.
I've got to get fucked up to deal with him.
When do you think we're going to have, because we're overdue for like Amy Adams or Glenn Close to actually grapple with that decision. To have like to have to be, you know, Amy Adams especially, who I love but does need a win. Like there needs to be a press tour where she like grapples with the fact that she agreed to do that movie thinking it was like an inspirational story.
Yeah. Well, the governor of Kentucky, Andy Beshear, right now, he talks about how much he hates it and how much he hates that J.D. Vance kind of plays on the fact that he says he's a hillbilly. He says he's from this kind of like poor white rural background, but he does everything against them when it comes to his policies. So I think that politicians from Kentucky like have a vested interest in the Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia area. They can like talk about it. Amy Adams, I don't know if I want to hear her talk about it. You know, just because like, what if she says, I can't wait to talk about it, and then you go, oh, you got it wrong.
That would be crazy if she turned out to be right wing. If she was like, I'm really happy that we could honestly, that we could have uplifted J.D. Vance's book.
This is a great point. We don't want to talk about it because this keeps happening. Where it was like J.D. Vance, like when this book came out, it was like nobody knows what his deal is. But look, a guy was from.
I mean, Obama loved it.
Yeah, and it was like this big thing.
And Obama's done nothing wrong ever.
Exactly.
That's what I always say.
Get him back in the White House.
Yeah, please.
It also happened with like Elon Musk, where it's like, look at this cool guy who makes weird cars.
You're making...
And then the moment he goes like, actually, I want to speak on it, it's like, no!
Well, because Elon Musk and J.D. Vance, if not for like whatever ambitions they had past the station that they had kind of like set for themselves, they would have been annoying, but fine. There's a world where Elon Musk dies and he's that weird dude who was obsessed with electric vehicles and like having more kids. And that was it.
Yeah.
And maybe we knew he was weird and South African evil emerald mine money, and his dad fucked and impregnated his stepsister. Like we knew he was fucked up, but it wasn't to this degree.
Yeah.
I think there's also a world where we go, J.D. Vance, kind of annoying. Yeah. But that's it. That's all. It is wild that they chose to keep going.
It is like, don't you have enough?
Not only don't you have enough, you knew you were crazy when you were down here. You knew, and people around you knew. And they said, keep going.
Yes, you knew.
Well, and not just that, but structurally, every door opened for them at every point. Like Elon Musk, every government was like, oh my God, of course, we would love to have a government contract with you.
Have y'all ever had that experience? Like in our industry, we don't have to say it, where like you see someone and early, you go, that motherfucker's crazy. Hey, everyone, I know we had a good time on this show. Great show. That motherfucker is crazy. Do not let them amass any more power. They're crazy.
Completely.
They're bad at what they do, whatever, but they're crazy. And no one listens to you. And then in 2026, we all go, I told y'all. I told y'all.
This is, you're freaking me out because this is happening and will happen more. There are people where I'm like, no. If they ever have power, they will kill someone.
But that's also by design, because the crazy people are the ones who do keep going, even when they're told no, even when like, it's not a coincidence. It's like,
you're right.
If you have that sort of like, crazy. You have to have that like young emperor outlook where it's like, literally Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Like you have to be like, I will do everything in my power to ascend to the top. And then, by the way, our industry, in terms of like the gatekeepers, most of them are like stupid. So it's like, they're just kind of like, oh, look, this guy seems confident and he has 3 scripts. Like, let's go.
Oh my God. I'm literally, because right now, whenever I see someone in like the ether, the kind of like whatever, the super flow, whatever's going on the internet. You'll just see them. I'll be like, okay, have I ever had an interaction with them where like something crazy happened? And then if it wasn't me, I go, do I know anyone who's ever told me that they're a piece of shit? And I literally this week can think of 2 different people, one of whom you've interacted with, and the person, when you and a different person, they said, just so you know, this motherfucker is horrible to work with, terrible day on set, crazy as shit, bad vibes. And whenever those kind of people have a bunch of like shit going on, I'm always like, what? Oh, I know.
Wait, I want to know who it is.
And they're leaving a trail of destruction. Like at any given point, that person is making 5 people cry.
Yeah.
Like
a day.
Just crazy.
Yeah.
Do you ever think it's low self-confidence to not make people cry? Sometimes
is empathy like a flaw?
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, wait, I'm too grateful.
No,
You know what I mean?
no, but because I think there's like you really have to not care about anything if like your job is to like make it so intense that a person cries. But then, so because if they cry, all you can do is be like, I won. By the way, you're crying. You still have to do that thing I told you to do.
Right.
Because the crying is like, please stop. I heard you. Like, I will try to handle it. And the crying wastes my time. That sounds mean, but like, it does. Like, we can say it now because she's crazy, but like, I've heard 2 different horror stories about Nicki Minaj. One time from an intern at Colbert who said like Nicki Minaj made them go run around the city looking for a very specific candy. It came back to the dressing room, green room area with the candy, and Nicki Minaj was mad it took them so long to get it and was like, I don't even want it now. And they're like crying because Nicki Minaj is like that. Like, she does stuff like that.
I mean, I've heard stories about Nicki, like fully like physical violence, like just like on a set. I've heard stories about her being literally 12 hours late to a photo shoot, which is honestly kind of iconic.
Well, but she had 12 hours is funny.
That's what a day like day.
Honestly, 2 hours is rude. 12 hours is funny.
12 hours, I go, oh, so was it in Thailand? What is... If that's the case,
I know.
No, there's something
crazy.
to
12 hours?
Nikki's someone who I understand now. It's like, okay, she's beyond the pale. I'm not going to be defending her. But before this latest chapter, like a year ago, I would still be like, yeah, but
yeah.
Well, this is the
if you have any good art, if your art is 51% good,
yeah, I know
you can be.
And I just were
bad.
at that age where, like, when Nikki was ascending, that was like such a formative time,
so
and like those early mixtapes.
And it's tied to what we want to talk about today. It's because from a queer perspective, she was the only approximation that we had in a rap space where like there was nothing. There was nothing for any little gay boys. There was nothing for people who wanted to hear a woman. There was nothing. And then she showed up and everyone was like, oh my God, thank you so much. It's been years since Lil' Kim. It's been years since Foxy Brown. We haven't found a consistent. It's been years since Eve. We haven't found the girl. And she was the girl. And Wayne gave her the approval. And Kanye gave her the approval. And she had this wonderful like camp around her. And she did that. It's funny that she was 12 hours late to that photo shoot because she did the MTV, what was that, the MTV Diary episode? Was it like, where she was like,
the human being.
The pickle juice? In the wig? In the Bride of Frankenstein pink joint? When she was like, and you go, Nikki, you're right. You should demand more. They can't call you a bitch for having demands and for having rules and for wanting this to be a professional photo shoot. You're 100% right, Onika. I'm sorry we failed you. But now we found out she was a day late.
No, it's so awkward when it's like the Katherine Heigl situation. Like you reclaim you're like, this woman has been treated unfairly by the media, and then you find out, wait. She actually is a nightmare.
Hey, can you remind me what Katherine Heigl did?
This is like more of I'm sort of saying it jokingly, but like Katherine Heigl
and Knocked Up.
Yes. Katherine Heigl was sort of like famously like ungrateful. Like she like had a falling out with Shonda Rhimes after Grey's Anatomy, and then said that her character said in an interview that her character in Knocked Up was like misogynistic or something, and the narrative was like she's not grateful enough, blah blah blah. And she is, in fact, I think she's a good actress. And I think it's sort of sad that she had to take like 10 years off, basically. But then recently, the recent thing I saw was that she attended some sort of like pet charity event at Mar-a-Lago. And then her comment on it was like, well, pets have no politics.
Which, here's the hard part. In a vacuum, very funny. To be like, that dog can't vote.
Yeah.
You think that dog voted for this man? No.
It's also a classic celebrity thing of being like, wow, well, I guess hate is targeted at me again, like just because I care about dogs.
Well, it's also just such a Republican sentence.
Well, completely.
So clearly Republican.
Because it's such a distraction.
Yeah.
They go, wait a second. You went to Mar-a-Lago? No, I didn't go. My dog went?
I have
He was
to
supposed
say,
to fly alone?
I'm not accusing the dog of being Republican.
I will go so far as to say, and please don't get mad at me if you're a dog or pet person, when I hear that someone's passion is a pet charity.
Okay.
I'm like, so you're right wing.
Okay.
Because if you weren't, your charity would be something, you would be like the ACLU. You're choosing the thing.
Okay.
You're choosing the cause that is not political.
It's a
you know what? I'm going to say something that is more controversial.
Uh-oh.
That's how I know you're Greek. As you go, these fucking animals. I do not care about that dog more than I care about a person. That is a very non-white Americans. Pets.
Yes.
So
No, it's
every
true.
other person who isn't a white American, that includes like black people, any immigrants in this country, anyone who isn't like a waspy American, circa like the past 50 years, they go, that dog bit my son. Kill the dog.
No, it is.
And every right.
Yeah. I'm like, the thing is, those people are so vicious, and I'm literally like, I love dogs.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's more like where they put their like public image.
Well, and where they put their money.
Yeah, and their money.
It's not just that. It's also something where for pet people, and again, I love pets. For pet people, it is a red line. It's like if you suddenly say a slur or something and someone is like, well, don't joke about that.
Yeah.
Like when you bring up, let's say, it's like arguments around like, well, dog owners in New York can be annoying because they, have their dog off, whatever.
Yeah.
Dog people cannot even deal with any sort of criticism around that.
I will say, speaking as a dog owner, I also will say there is a type of person who is a dog hater.
See, he's getting defensive. This is what I'm talking about.
No, this is not what I'm talking about.
I see these people.
There's a certain type that like once it's like a mental illness
completely.
You like start to blame everything on like dog owners writ large, and it's like no, you've like some people are bad and some people are good.
I think this is good for y'all to talk about. I think this is good for y'all.
But I think we're both. It's the two sides of the same coin, which is like, for some reason, pet ownership is this like third rail issue when you would think it's such a like nothing. It's like, yeah, everyone loves pets. Like some people are more passionate, some people aren't. You would think it's not a controversial issue, and yet you can't say the word dog on the internet without someone like coming in and giving you death threats.
Well, because pets and dogs, more importantly, can't talk, and so people go, I'm speaking up for the voiceless.
Yes, completely.
They can't speak.
Yeah.
I am going to Mar-a-Lago.
George, they can't vote. Okay?
They can't vote,
They can't get the ear of the president.
They can't vote, but they can hear very well and smell really well.
Catherine Heigl is committing voter fraud and voting on behalf of every dog in Florida.
That's funny.
She should get to.
She should get to.
Oh, my God.
Should we do our first segment?
Yes, let's do our first segment so we can get into the topic.
Okay, Jay, our first segment is called Straight Shooters. And in this segment, we're going to ask you a series of rapid fire questions.
Got it.
It's basically this thing or this other thing. And the only rule is you can't ask any follow-up questions or we will scream at you.
Okay, one thing about me as a narcissist, follow-up questions, not going to happen.
Serving cunt or Helen Hunt?
Serving cunt.
Sachet away or cafe au lait?
Cafe au lait.
Barry's Boot Camp or Harry Nutsack?
Harry Nutsack.
Yabba Dabba Doo or Maya Angelou?
Yabba Dabba Doo. No, Maya Angelou.
That was crazy choice.
And I said it with passion.
Yeah, you were like, don't know Maya.
Wait a second. She's still talking about that bird in that cage? Absolutely not. It's a living. No, Maya Angelou.
Okay. Calling Mexico City CDMX or falling head over titties back in love with your ex?
I love rhymes.
So do we. Can you tell?
Calling Mexico City CDMX.
A blessing in disguise or a blowy from your guy?
Oh. That's mismo. Both. A blowy from my guys.
Oh, that's nice.
It sounds so wholesome when you say it.
That really sounds wholesome.
Because a blowy is just...
Yeah. I do love the idea.
A little...
Imagine actually having sex and being like, do you want a blowy?
That would...
Baby, you want a blowy?
See, this works into a theory that I have. I think that if you have a penis, head is like when you give a kid an iPad at a restaurant.
Totally.
Yeah.
You want some head? Yeah, I do. Is that why you were frowning?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One of my friends wasn't getting laid for a long time. He started getting his dick sucked a little bit. Like, honestly, the normal amount if you live in New York City.
Sure.
Whole mood got better. I said, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Someone finally sucked your dick a little bit.
I mean, it changes everything.
Sometimes when you go,
you talked about like it was medicine.
No, when you go through a dry spell and then you're like, oh, I see what was wrong.
I'll never forget it. Summer 2021, worst summer of my life. I said, I got rejected 3 times. And I said, something happened over the pandemic. I'm completely unlovable. And then you hook up with 2 people and you're like, wait, I'm hot as fuck.
Not only that, you go, I have a zest. I have a will to live. I have stories that need to be told.
Exactly. Oh my God. Also, sometimes when you're just cranky and you're like, wait, I just need to have sex. Mm-hmm. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah. But the problem is sometimes you're cranky and then you have sex and then you go, I'm actually mad. I thought I was cranky.
Yes.
No, this is worse.
Yeah.
And you know what's even worse than that? Realizing that midway through the sex.
Woo!
And being like, well, I gotta finish this project.
Looking around the apartment you don't like.
Oh God, this?
Ooh, I'll say, you've been to someone's apartment, you hook up with them, and like you kind of going through the motions, and one thing just kind of sets you off. Like you go to put something in the garbage, you open it up, it's the stinkiest garbage ever. Now you go, oh, I want to go home.
Yeah,
I have to go home now. Flies come out.
I mean, yeah, what is this lava lamp doing here? Yeah.
You go, I gotta leave.
The decor should just not be distracting. I think when it's distracting, I'm out.
I can even deal with like bad decor. If I'm in I'm saying like if you're in a bad mood and then like some shit is going on in the hookup space, you just go,
well, it's like if you're in a bad
mad.
mood, it's like if you're hungry, you go to a restaurant and it's suddenly like music's too loud, nothing in the menu looks good. Like then it comes and it's not good.
George,
I know.
Have you ever been hungry? This is specific. Have you ever been hungry for carnitas and you go, I think these are gonna be good, and you get them and you go, these are soft. I don't like these.
Literally,
the texture on these. What do you think carnitas is? Because I know it's not this. I've had it a lot. That'll piss me off in such a way when I go to get tacos, because I should have got El Pastor. And I said, carnitas, okay.
That'll be done.
You get the carnitas and you go, these are soft, these are gray.
Yeah.
I don't like
Let me
this.
tell you something. I moved from San Francisco to Boston.
Okay, all right.
So I know what a disappointing carnitas tastes like.
and a bad hookup.
Literally.
Once again, as mismo.
For my full 2 years living in Boston, I kept trying new Mexican restaurants that native Bostonians, often non-Mexicans, recommended. And I was like, how is it? Like, I couldn't believe it.
In New York, I'm lucky because I'm close enough to East Harlem that like they have a bunch of good Mexican restaurants, people from Puebla. Like they have like good stuff. But once again, truly, I'll go to the Bay, I'll go to LA, I'll go to Los Angeles, and I'll be like, okay, they are kind of, listen, I'm never gonna push back on this. Whenever someone has a food opinion, and then you go there and you go, y'all are right. Just hey, y'all are right. I'm never gonna disagree.
Although, you know what? Saying there's no good Mexican food in New York is kind of like saying dog owners are overly protective of their dogs, and that people will come for you in the comments. And I get it, and they're right, and I can travel and go to the good places.
You should go, oh, okay, tell me where. I will go to Jackson Heights, like everyone suggests every time. So,
yeah, well, what's your straight topic today?
Oh,
I'm actually so curious to get into
my straight topic today. Drake is the straightest musician alive right now.
I'm
literally clear my schedule because we're gonna be here for 5 hours.
I'm like afraid to get into this. There's so much.
Drake is straight, and more importantly, Drake does things for straight boys.
Yeah,
Drake gets girls for straight boys to see him with girls. Drake buys items to see what straight boys' reactions will be to it, whether it's girlish shit or guy shit. He bought all them purses. Not to give to girls, but so that the purses appreciate and value, so people could be like, he's got all these Birkins. Drake really is this fascinating study in straight culture right now. Even like his current fuck up is kind of like tied to straight boy. Like he got in trouble because of the beef with Kendrick. But that started primarily because he was on a track with J. Cole, and they talked about being the big three with Kendrick. So straight boys were like, hey, what straight boys love doing this? They go, it's us three. And one of us went, I don't like y'all. Kendrick said, J. Cole, Drake, I don't like y'all like that. We are not close like that. Don't include me in this shit. Yeah. And I started to fight. That's some of the straightest shit ever. It's be like, me and my boys. And for one of the boys be like, I don't know you that well.
Yeah. I think that I hadn't even considered that it's for like teenage boys.
Straight teenage boys. And truly straight boys who are trying to present their heterosexuality in such a way. Sometimes they do gay shit so the girls laugh at them so they can get the girls. Sometimes you make fun of a girl, i.e. Megan Thee Stallion, who was attacked by a man to get the boys' attention because people were thinking you were soft. And so now you've reconciled with this man who shot this woman in the foot instead of making a good track with Megan Thee Stallion. Like it's fascinating how much straight, specifically boy culture affects his trajectory.
So it's high school. You're saying he's like operating with like a high school set of beliefs.
I give him freshman year of college, but it's like there.
Yeah, the bags thing, the Birkins. This is everything he does is like kind of that straight thing where it's not about the aesthetic. No. It's like just about like the numbers. It's so
even
weird.
You know how he both makes a lot of money and loses a lot of money?
Yeah.
Sports gambling.
Yeah.
Like, and he publicly does it. He'll be like, I bet $1 million on this. I publicly like put a bunch of money on this game. I went to this game. I wore the jersey. I went to the locker room. They lost. I'm down, however many $100,000. I'm fine. He's very straight in the sense that like, he isn't just like rooting for a team. He's on the team. And you go,
yeah.
On the team.
Yeah. Who do you think, when he posted that photo where he had abs?
Yes. Once again.
Yeah, let's do a close reading. Who was that for?
That's like looks maxing.
That's for boys.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not for girls. Yeah. And here's what's sad. I love Drake. Yeah. I have loved Drake. I think he's a very interesting cultural figure. I think he's a very interesting rapper. I think he's an interesting artist. It's this weird study of like, you're a child performer, but you also like have all this music you want to make. You have this fractured existence between this like Toronto life with your mom that's like very mama's boy and child actor, and you're like in touch with your Jewish faith, but then you also have like this wayward father in Memphis, so you also love 3 6 Mafia and Project Pat, and you also want to let people know that like you're dangerous, and you have this like this really sort of, I don't know, like once again, like I guess like these two dueling factions of what you want to be, and the way you kind of quiet all the noise about like you're not manly enough. You go, I'm the best boy. I'm a man. I'm boy. And if you don't like it, you're not boy.
But you know what? This ties back to freshman year of college because he is stuck between his old self and his new self. Mm-hmm. He's very much like, so I'm trying to shed my high school self because in college I want to be a tough guy and I want to be a real serious rapper.
I'm going to even say this, and this is like dipping into his personal business. And I know, once again, I'm saying this as a Drake fan. He did the straightest thing you are scared to do, both their biggest fear and like their biggest goal. He had sex with someone who was a public sex worker, with someone who was a porn performer, and that person got pregnant, and he had the kid, and then he hit the kid, but he also like wanted that person to stop doing porn. So he did the thing that straight boys do. We're like, gay guys, if a gay guy hooks up with a porn star, we go, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's wild. That's crazy that happened. Anyway, bye.
Yeah.
He like tried to hide her and the child, and then was like, well, no, man. Isn't the idea that you're so straight you can fuck anyone?
Completely.
You fuck this porn lady.
Well, he still like cares about his like reputation. Like he still wants to be a mama's boy.
But here's the thing: he doesn't care about his reputation among women. He cares about his reputation
among
men, among these boys.
Oh yeah,
it's very straight in the sense that it's homosocial.
Yes. And in the sense that the women don't count as people.
The women's
feelings the women's feelings are not being taken into account. He's not making decisions based on his relationships with them. Yeah, they're sort of set dressing.
His fight with A$AP Rocky isn't about A$AP Rocky. It's about Rihanna. Right. His fight with Nicki is about people thinking they were going to date and it never worked out. His fights with people publicly are always this weird mix of like, I was supposed to fall in love with this girl. We were supposed to have it all. I've been scorned. I've been wronged. It's very, senior high school, freshman year boy, where you go, oh man, you gotta get out of this, dog. What's wrong with you?
I think hey man, you grown. I think it's honestly an interesting, like, his North Star has always been boy, but like even like boy has changed.
Yeah.
Like when he started, boy was like pitchfork cool.
Yeah.
And so he was like, I'll be pitchfork cool.
Oh yeah.
I'll be like emotional and that'll be
every
awesome.
step of the way. He's finally attuned in a way that Timothée Chalamet has been doing for the past couple of months.
I literally was just thinking that.
He's been very much, I'm a boy. Y'all know I'm a boy. So he was like, oh, you know what? Me and Blake Griffin are going to host the ESPYs on ESPN.
Yeah,
I'm a boy. I mean, this athlete, I'm boys with this athlete. And then it switched to him being like, oh, I'm actually going to do silly stuff with Drewski. And then it went, oh, I'm going to do this other video stuff with these streamers. I'm going to make fun of these girls. I'm going to like be soft Republican. I'm like all of these steps along the way, you kind of go, yeah, I get it. It's very straight in a sad way, but it's very straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like at any given point, he's calculating what is the median masculinity sort of point that I should be appealing to.
And what's the biggest payoff?
And what's the biggest payoff?
That was why, oh my God. Oh shit! What was the dancey album he released right before Renaissance? Honestly, never mind.
Yes.
I was literally, you could pull it up. I was literally just listening to.
I love that album.
It's a great album. Here's the crazy part, Sam. I love that album, but he was like, oh, okay, yes. Like, I'm going to make something kind of dancey. I'm going to make something kind of clubby. This kind of softer boy is in right now. Like Jacob Elordi's wearing bags. Like, okay, I get what's going on. I'm going to do all this kind of fun, clubby stuff. I'm going to be even kind of, this is like, this is a tiny nod to like my gay fans and my girls. Yeah. But like, I'm going to give them something like this. And he had to like end that album with like a very kind of like very hard rap song with 21 Savage to be like, I'm not a faggot. But it was a very dancey album. Some people loved it. Some people didn't like it. I liked it personally. But his reaction to that one afterwards, because people said, oh, this is a little bit softer than I thought, he was like, hey, shit sweet over here. And he does all this kind of hyper aggressive shit afterwards. And you're like, no, Aubrey. I mean, even his name. Yeah. Even his name being Aubrey fucks with him in such a way, I think. I'm psychoanalyzing.
Oh, I think it's absolutely true. It's like the original sin that he has to fight is that his name is Aubrey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that album, I think it was because gays kind of liked it. He was like, no, I'm out. Like, that wasn't the intent.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because, like, you know what happens? Like, he thinks boys gonna love this shit. Boys gonna eat. I can't wait for boys to eat this shit up. And then what happens? Everything that goes mega viral because of him is usually because a girl on TikTok does the sound to this. If you ain't a model, if you ain't been in Vogue. Like, it's one of those things where like he assumed it was going to be this crowd. It ended up being this crowd. And he's kind of mad because he goes, why do y'all like this? I did it for the boys.
Speaking of like, as he does what boy does in each era, I'm just remembering when he was in his feminist era.
Yeah.
And Nice for What? And it was like all these powerful women directed by a woman.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
That's crazy to think about now.
Once again, yeah.
There's no backbone. There is just what do boys want.
Yeah. But it is such as a fan of him, I do like to see where he's headed, but it gets very frustrating, specifically with the Megan Thee Stallion stuff, because like he had one reference, I think it was on Circle Loco, like it's a song with this like really cool sample from Daft Punk, One More Time. And like, it's a great song. And he has this one kind of offhanded line about Megan Thee Stallion getting shot. And he definitely constructs it so it's not a direct jab, but it's so transparent. You go, man, God damn it. Like you you did this because the boys are shitting on Megan because she is the reason Tory is in trouble, but Tory shot. There's no reason for you to defend Megan when you don't even like Tory Lanez. You and Tory Lanez dislike each other on some boy shit.
It's like when like someone gets transphobic just because they're like, well, I want this side to like me now.
Well, I'm glad you've seen my new hour. I think
I want to get into the Kendrick beef a little bit because I think in terms of straight masculinity is such a fascinating case study because Kendrick is like, you know, Kendrick is like a sort of like little guy who also is respected by the sort of quote unquote establishment. Like he literally has won a Pulitzer. Like, you know, it's not like, you know, these two like rugged, like 8-foot tall masculine guys that are like, you know, threatened. It's not like when Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos were threatening to fight. And I find it very interesting the way that the entire world seemingly who used to love Drake at some point was like, and now he is persona non grata. We're all going to like sing along at the Super Bowl.
Okay.
To this. It's like, what is going on there?
I'm going to ruin a bit of the fun. Part of the reason why Drake is feminized and part of the reason why Kendrick is masculinized is like racism and colorism specifically, because the argument is that because Drake is biracial and people do associate softness and femininity with white womanhood, Kendrick was sort of cast basically as this figure that was more masculine than Drake because Kendrick is darker. Kendrick is a monoracial African-American. And so that was part of the argument, which is like a tough thing to suss out because if you're just calling Drake feminine because he's a light-skinned biracial black man, then like vis-a-vis that every dark-skinned black woman is masculinized by this like kind of rhetoric. So that's like hard when you see it happening. You go, oh, you can say you think Drake is dishonest and not genuine about like his rough upbringing or whatever without being like, oh, he's just a sissy because he's light-skinned, because that plays into like a horrible thing. But then to see everyone turn on Drake who was a Drake fan, that's like a cultural shift. That's like a very specific American thing where a lot of people in the US were like, wait a second, I don't like him.
And you know what?
Drake.
That is also similar to the Timothée Chalamet thing.
Yeah.
Like, so everyone is so fickle. I'm not even expressing my own opinion about any of this, right? I'm just observing. Like Timothée Chalamet, who was like America's sweetheart.
Yeah.
So everyone is so ready to like abandon.
When I saw him get groomed by Armie Hammer, I thought that is the sweetest boy.
He's like, I mean, he was truly like the new movie star. And people were just waiting for, they're like, oh, something about the opera? Sure. Kill him.
Yeah, that was
bad.
Well, yeah. And that was from 2019, right?
No, so I know what you're,
yeah.
So there was a separate clip from 2019 where he also mentioned the opera, but the new one was current.
Yeah. He was on tour. That's a lot of talking.
Here's my
7 years of opera and ballet talk.
The tough thing with the opera and ballet talk is that people's interpretation of it is actually completely wrong, because the thing is, because Timmy is such a little art kid from New York and went to LaGuardia and his mom's like a dancer.
And he actually went to LaGuardia.
Nicki Minaj. He actually is talking about the ballet and the opera from completely the opposite way that people think. People think he's being like a toxic guy who hates like faggy art. Yeah. No, he grew up going to the Lincoln Center like with his mom, and he is saying, as someone who knows what it's like to see, you know, the opera sort of like dying in his lifetime. It's actually so the opposite of him being like a toxic guy.
He's coming out.
He's like an art kid.
Yeah, he said he was happy he doesn't have to be the face of a dying industry. And I think that word choice threw people. But I mean, as a comedian.
Of course. And I get it. And like he is being annoying.
But bro tone is like something that they also adopt whenever they're around each other. Because if he's talking to Misty Copeland, he's saying it different.
Of course, he's saying
if he's talking with his sister, he's saying it different.
And he's clearly also trying to impress Matthew McConaughey in that clip, whatever.
And he was in Texas. And he was in Texas. That was the context. As a Southern girl, that was the context that was lost.
And you know what? That actually brings it back to Drake, because Drake is one of those people who also, as a boy, He adopts whatever city boys think is cool. So he adopts Atlanta, he adopts Houston. And guess what? He loves both of those cities, but those cities have a very specific culture when it comes to midnight ballerinas and strippers. So he also was like, I love Houston. I love this strip club. I love Atlanta. I love this strip club. So he is like, he will put on a bit of an affectation and some airs for a place. And like Timothy, you kind of go, man, you boy too close to the sun.
Yeah. Which is also freshman year of college coded.
Yes.
It's like you're trying to find a different identity. You're away from your family for the first time. You no longer have to be the child actor from Toronto. You can be like from Houston.
And a lot of queer men who weren't out their freshman year did an approximation to this. We're like, I wasn't completely, I know I wasn't out. I wasn't out my freshman year, but there were times where like, you know, one of your friends says, hey, man, we should go to a party. One person says, oh, man, we chicks at this party. And you, as the scared, queer little freshman, you go, and fuck some bitches at this party. And you go, oh, man, hey, let's leave that up to them. Yeah. We don't know if these bitches want to fuck us.
There's something still to go back to the Kendrick Drake thing a little bit. There's like, everyone, all of America was like, Drake sucks, woo! Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, like Nokia was like the biggest song. Like, and there's something where people are not telling the truth.
And guess who was playing Nokia?
Me
and Sam. We were playing Party Next Door and Drake. I was playing Nokia and I'm gonna play it when I walk out of here.
Do you think people are overcompensating? They're listening to Nokia privately and then they're like, trying to be like, but I'm on the right side of history.
There's something where it's like people have no backbone no matter what.
Yes,
they don't.
And it's hard. Here's the thing. It is so hard to go against someone with a Pulitzer artistically.
Yeah.
You can maybe go hit for hit. Maybe you can go popularity for popularity. Maybe you can go club song for club song. It is hard to be like, and the person with the Pulitzer is less artistic. It's just hard. Like Kendrick won whenever he got that for To Pimp a Butterfly in a way for so many people that Drake was never going to be able to fix. It's like, it's also like once you start counting Grammys and shit like that. But like, I'm with you on that. I was one of the people who was like, Kendrick can win. He won that argument. He won that beef. But Nokia was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun to play.
And it was also like, like, I was sort of like, maybe this is weird and then it's like, no, everyone feels this way.
Yeah.
There's something.
I literally I was in Canada 3 times last year. And every time, whenever I went there, one of the jokes I told, I was like, I actually just came here so I got to listen to Drake in peace.
Oh my God, if you mentioned Drake. But if you mentioned Drake on stage, in Toronto, people like it's mutiny because there are a lot of people in Toronto also feel like ashamed of Drake, like especially like
they can't, listen,
people are like politically progressive and they're like, there was this one person at our show that yelled out, he is humiliating us on a global scale. Yelled it. Because we were kind of,
you know what Drake's last name is? Netanyahu. And you went, no, I don't think that's
Aubrey
true.
Netanyahu.
Bibi
Netanyahu. That's it. That's right. And he has, but the music's good.
The music's good, folks.
I do think
he is embarrassing us on a global
scale.
I'm so glad you remembered that sentence.
People can sniff out, in terms of the masculinity thing, when someone is putting it on.
Yeah. He's also having to do with something else that straight boys have to do once they reach a certain age. He's having to hang out with younger straight boys because all the older straight boys are married, happy, and they go, I can't do this shit with you no more. So that's why he's hanging out with Drewski. That's why he's hanging out with who's the horrible streamer? Who's Aiden Ross? That's why he's hanging out with that's why he's hanging out with Drewski, Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat. He was hanging out with that feeling when you see an older guy hanging out with younger guys and there are more younger guys, that older guy's in the minority now. It's not a young guy who like got welcomed into this older established circle. It's an older guy being like, what y'all trying to do? And it's like, what? He's that sometimes.
Well, and if only he would just hang out with gay guys, he could hang out with people who are his own age who still want to party.
I mean, exactly.
Okay, here's the straightest thing about Drake.
Fix it.
Here's the straightest thing about Drake. How bad he is at posting. Like, do you know when you find You find your girlfriend's boyfriend's Instagram, and you're like, how did you even manage that angle? Like it's like him at like a soccer game, and it's like the phone's upside down and it's from below, and you're like, you're attractive in person. How did you like Drake's like that image of his abs that he posted? Like it's all so incorrect, like aesthetically. Like he cannot post an Instagram.
Even him laughing about the fake, maybe not fake dick leak during the whole thing, and then someone being like, was that you? He's like, man, I don't know. And you go, okay, so it wasn't you. All right, I don't.
And it's like separate. You can release good music. You can be talented, but like he doesn't have the posting gene that gay men and women have to learn at a young age if they don't want to be murdered by the state.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't have the curation.
No,
he doesn't have the edit button up here for like the phone.
But that's almost like a flex in a way. Like it's being like, I don't have to post well.
Yeah, but I think he wants to post well is the thing.
Like, there is a difference than like Gen Z girls, Gen Z gays. When that Instagram looks like shit, that's on purpose.
That's true. It's sort of like when that outfit looks like shit. That's on purpose.
My brain,
like I love to post bad. Like I love to post bad.
You love
pictures.
to post a bad ankle.
I find it to be so funny.
Summer 2021, no one wanted to fuck me. You look at the photos.
Yeah, you're posting literally.
Is this your knee? You go, I thought it was funny in the carousel.
This is a really proper call out because I actually do need to, like, I post horrible. And then I'm like, how come no one's sliding in?
No, you actually do. I'm like, you're like objectively an attractive person. Just take a photo straight to mirror. You can do it.
Never.
No. And Sam's always like, what if it was like this?
No, it's like, it's you've taken the comedy too far.
You're so right.
It's like someone having sex and being like,
which
can be fun.
I am guilty every now and then. If the bottom has a big wiener, that is fun to see that thing flopping around.
Honestly,
that woke something up in Sam. Sam went, oh yeah,
that clicks.
No, this is something that I like. I think I was my creativity and sort of joie de vivre when it comes to sex was beat out of me early on because I was like, wait, isn't it funny that like when I was like 22, I was like, wait, isn't it so funny that we're doing this? Like I was literally like chuckling while having sex, and then at some point you realize that actually no, this is people's serious time. Like they want to they want to lock in, and I was like, all right, I guess we're like being serious.
You gotta go in waves.
Yeah, I've had with the husband. Sometimes the after come giggles can be fun.
Yes.
Something with a person you don't know. They could kill you. They could be laughing because you're locked in this apartment.
Yeah.
You know?
But when you reach the like, you know that meme where it's like two gay guys having sex and one of them goes, sis, we did that.
Yeah. Which hilarious enough, people have used to reference The Weeknd and Drake on tracks together. There's like there's an image of like Drake talking to The Weeknd and like they've taken any context away from it, and it'll be like a speech bubble that says, but sis, we still need to talk.
Okay, but so one of my greatest shames is that I love The Weeknd.
You're allowed to.
And
I think straight, but not as straight as Drake.
No, completely.
But a similar art. Very sensitive, like mysterious.
But doesn't have the vulnerability.
So
there is just like, there is a central wound with Drake.
Yeah.
That it's like, the more he tries to cover it, the more visible it is.
And The Weeknd, that wound was, I love cocaine and strippers. And everyone said,
that's a cool wound.
That's a wound we're familiar with. We've seen that before.
I'm not mad. The Weeknd also was the first person. I remember playing The Weeknd, and that was the first time I heard a Black artist. And I know he's like, he's Afro-Canadian, but that was the first time I heard a Black artist really, it's gotta be since the 70s, embrace cocaine in such a way where I was like, that's right. You know what? Martin Luther King wanted us to be able to do cocaine too. Thank you, Abel. Because all these people are saying we don't do it. Thank you. Some Black people have access to good coke.
That is a beautiful sentiment.
The Weeknd. There was a point in my life where I would be like, there was a point in my life where The Weeknd was like my favorite artist. I was like, when that first trilogy of albums was released, I was like, I'm sorry, but this is unlike anything I've ever heard, and I'm obsessed.
And it's also fun because The Weeknd enables you to do evil boy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You get to be a terror.
That's what I like the naughtiness of it.
You get to be nasty.
Yeah.
You get to do that thing where you have sex and then you don't shower and then you go meet people and you went, you come, when you come to brunch a little stinky. And
I do that.
No, you're so right.
You know that feeling when you go, this is disgusting. There is also like this Faustian pack where you go, I get to be boy all the time. And then boys are kind of evil and bad sometimes. And so then you have that blowback where someone goes, wait a second.
Completely.
Why are we being such a boy?
Yeah. No, it's literally like, I want to be boy, meaning I want to be evil.
Yeah.
And so then you're like, well, are you going to really commit? Or are you going to do the evil thing?
Which as comedians in 2026, the rise of that in our profession specifically has been wild to watch. It's been unsettling.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that there are people, boys, men, who go see comedy. And then if they see comedy online that isn't, sometimes my girlfriend sucks my dick weird, they go, this faggot ass shit. You go, wait, time out. Did you think comedy was just the thing you saw only? Did you not know comedy is, do you know who Joan Rivers is? They go, who? You go, oh, okay. You honestly have such a specific, once again, boy angle on this and such a specific straight angle on this that they'll be like, this is kind of faggy. I'll be like, yeah, it's on stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course it's what are you talking about?
Also, this has always coexisted with the things you like.
Yeah.
You just didn't have access to it. And now because of Instagram reels, sometimes it crosses your desk.
They'll be like,
it's not gonna do anything to you. You don't have to like it.
It's the kind of straight boys who go, this guy's kind of zesty. And you go, you mean Martin Short being Jiminy Glick? Yeah, that's the thing.
By the way, Jiminy Glick invented queer comedy.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore. Literally. Mount Rushmore, queer comedians.
Jiminy Glick.
Martin Short, no, Jiminy Glick.
Jiminy Glick.
Not Martin Short.
There was a point a couple of years ago, I can't remember if you were there, I was in a room with all gay men comedians and we were just watching Best of Jiminy Glick.
Yeah.
I've never seen people laugh harder.
And he was funny enough that people don't even get mad about the fat suit.
Well, people do get mad about it.
Okay. All right. I got too close. That's my cultural blind spot.
That's you talking about dog walking in Brooklyn.
I think that in comedy, and this is one of the things that is related to straight culture and trying to be a boy, part of the comedy I loved was when boy was undercut by something, but so many straight guys hate that. They go, no, you're taking away the boy. And I go, yeah, but that's the funny. Okay, you have to, there's so many men who, when you take that element out of your comedy, when you go, oh, not only do I have to be a boy all the time, I have to win all the time, and I can only be boy. No one else can question my boy. You go, well, okay, now it's going to be hard for you to lose and do things comedically as a performer because you're kind of robbing yourself of the freedom to be seen as anything other than I'm a man. I get to be the boy.
Yeah, you can't take risks.
Yeah.
Because a risk involves the option that it might not succeed.
Make you look the tiniest bit faggy.
Yeah.
Well, so much stand-up is just a fear of risk-taking. But
hey, once again, watch the new hour.
You know what, though? But Drake, this is interesting. Drake does take risks, but as you said, then we'll add a little coda that's and by the way, here's something misogynist, just in case this was too... Because it's not... He doesn't make boring music.
Yeah.
He takes risks, he makes interesting music, and then just makes it boy. Okay, and now for the final pass, we're going to add a little bit of misogyny and homophobia.
What he does at the end of a lot of songs. If you ever, early Drake and mid, kind of the first 3 albums in any of the mixtapes, he'd have a song. And it'd be a great song. But then at the end of the song, he'd have to add exactly what you're talking about. He'd be and by the way, I hate you, bitch. I hate this bitch. This bitch ruined my fucking life, this fucking bitch. I hope everything goes terrible for you, you fucking bitch. You'd be like, you just talking about how much you love this woman for 3 minutes. He goes, she's a fucking bitch.
Oh
she lied. It was a fucking bitch. He go, Aubrey, this isn't you. We're all guidance counselors. We go, sit down. Sit down.
Yes,
Look
that's
at me.
what we are.
Look at me. You're lashing out. I cannot have you do this in my classroom anymore. Apologize. Apologize to her. Apologize for what you said. He goes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry what? I'm sorry. You're such a bitch. No! No.
No, we're always sitting Drake down and being like, what happened to that nice boy that we knew in sixth grade?
Yes.
Whatever happened to that sweet boy who would come to my classroom during lunch?
No, it's
and
crazy.
want to talk more about the reading.
We have the chunkiest cardigan. We go, what happened to him? Hey.
Yeah, wooden jewelry.
Wooden jewelry. We hold up a picture. We go, what happened to him?
Aubrey was so sweet until he got mixed up with those boys.
Wow.
He'll grow out of it. He'll grow out of it.
Well, time is running out.
Time is running out.
Well, because, I think he's older than everyone in this room.
I'm sure.
No, he is.
He is.
I'm like, we might be the same age. How old is he?
No, he's older. He's older than everyone in this room.
Okay, I'll take it.
No,
that's how you know. I'm like
39.
Okay, he's older.
Okay.
I would have guessed older.
Think about everything that he's been doing the past couple of years, and for Becca to say he's 39.
That does change it.
That's what I'm saying. If one of your girlfriends, if you're at a bar, your girlfriend, everyone's been having a good time, big cool party. You see her, she's in the corner like this. You go, what's going on? She goes, you go, what? You go, it's bad that I'm here and like I'm supposed to. And you go, oh my God, he's 39. He could have came to this event, or you can go home. I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah,
he's 39. You 39. You hear it.
It sounds bad, but I think it's going to be much worse the moment he is 40. Something bleak is going to happen when he is 40, and I don't know what it is.
I just want to say I know how he gets out of this.
Say it.
Okay.
I agree.
No, it's not anything. I think that what it's going to be.
He hasn't said it yet.
I think what it's going to be is a return to acting. I think he's going to have a sort of Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler type thing.
Oh.
Where it's like he actually fully goes for an Oscar. I don't think it's going to happen for him, but I think he
might get close.
Like, and maybe even with like a woman director. Like, I think it might, the two options are either woman director, like stripped down, or like Safdie Brothers movie amped up.
There's a world where I see that.
Because he's like, no matter what music he makes, it's not going to change the narrative as good as it might be. It has to be something different. And then it's like a press tour where he talks about all this.
I hope he uses some of this audio for the promotion of Iceman. He does have a new album coming out soon. But that is shrewd. That is actually very smart. If he did that, if he went Safdie Brothers or
because the Weeknd one's Safdie Brothers.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, it was just a cameo, but I think that it could be something. Here's what the mistake would be, and I think this is the safe choice, and the huge mistake is if his movie was a biopic of like a more respected musician, because that's a very tempting thing to do, or even not a musician, but like an athlete.
Yeah,
like Will Smith doing Ali or something. Yeah. Like, he doesn't have the juice to do something like that.
You know what he has to do? I think he needs to be a strong supporting, but he doesn't have these chops yet, but it needs to be this funny. He needs to lose every bit of credibility and respect, specifically as this character in the movie. You want to see him do pratfalls. You want to see a woman throw a drink in his face. You want him to be like, "Oh, my dick doesn't work." You want him
crying.
Yeah. You want him like running from like actual gangsters. You want him to flip all of this, so then you can be like, "Wait a minute, are you okay? Wait a minute." Only a person who's like kind of secure could do this.
Yeah, But is he secure enough to do it?
Aubrey, we have faith in you. I have faith in you.
Well, it's dwindling, but it is there.
I think it can happen.
I think it could happen. Maybe at 45.
Well, see you in 6 years.
Yeah, see you in
Should we do our final?
If Drake gets his Oscar before Delroy Lindo, I'm gonna be mad.
I can't even get it. Yeah, I was like, just give it to him. You're gonna give it to Sean Penn, who's not even there.
Oh my God,
Sean.
I can't.
Sean Penn was not there. And this Karen Culkin goes, I guess he didn't want to be here. That is the kind of weird, fucked up thing that, like, when a person like that has to deal with Sean Penn not being, there are actors who can go, I graciously accept this on behalf of Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But because it's Kieran Culkin,
yeah,
he has to also add a little silly. So then it's two sillies, and you go, well, that's kind of disrespectful.
Yeah. Everyone's putting their stink on this. It's
Kieran
a bit too much
Culkin basically
stink.
said he couldn't accept this award, but everyone, just to be clear, he's not here because he's out fucking black girls. Oh.
Okay, let's do our final seg.
Let's do it.
Our final segment is called Shoutouts, and in this segment, we pay homage to the grand straight tradition of the radio shoutout.
Right.
Shouting out to anything that we enjoy, people, places, things, ideas.
Ooh.
And we go first.
Okay.
And we make them up on the spot.
All right.
What's up, freaks and losers? I want to give a shout out to Jay's boots. I have been staring at them all episode. It is it's like, no matter if you dress it one way, it can read like BDSM. If you dress it another way, it can literally read like businessman going to work. Like, it is such a perfect article that you can kind of make what you want. You are pulling them off beautifully.
Thank you.
As someone who has been looking for boots for the last approximately 14 years, I am inspired. I'm going to get out there and go to, a Nordstrom Rack, a Saks Off Cliff, and I'm going to find a nice pair of black leather boots. So look out for that next year, but for now, you can look at Jay's feed.
Shout out to Bloomingdale's on 59th. If you want to go to 316, you want to go to Our Legacy, but there's so many other boots. Once again, for StraightioLab, for the boys, every boy who's like, I gotta get this boot because I saw it on Instagram and TikTok. Go to a store. You need to be in the department store. You are not cool. Go to the department store. Get some Macy's points.
Wait, those are Our Legacy?
These are All Saints.
Oh.
What's up, freaks, losers, and perverts around the globe? I want to give a huge shout out to the club sandwich I had yesterday at La Cantine. I had the most amazing club sandwich, and it was sort of a portal to time. People often say that food tells a story. I've never related to that, and I always kind of thought they were full of shit. But yesterday I was eating a club sandwich, and I felt transported back to 3 years ago when I was living in Bushwick and sitting in my apartment that I lived in forever, eating the exact same club sandwich. And I said, wow, I am home. I have felt all my lives at once. And all it takes is a beautiful little sandwich and a coffee. XOXO, Sam.
Wow.
That's beautiful. Ooh.
It was actually really weird. I was like, where am I?
Ooh.
I'm so hungry.
Well, what kind of bacon? Like thick bacon, thin bacon?
It's kind of thick.
Ooh, country bacon.
It's kind of thick.
Wait, the hesitation was sexual.
Well,
I know. I was like, what?
I got scared because I'm not good at describing food.
Okay.
And
This is such a you insecurity. I got scared because I'm not good at describing food.
Sam. I know why. Because someone can describe food very
well.
It's
my
true.
God.
Someone has a lot of words to describe food. And so I know.
And my husband loves to talk about food. And so I'm always like,
you're like, that's his thing.
I'm like, look, the bacon was bacon.
For that to extend to was it thin bacon or thick bacon is really funny.
Well, I'm so glad you gave me a framework to work in.
Yes.
Because you're like, what kind of bacon? I'm like, there's kinds of bacon.
Yeah, there's kinds of
no,
bacon.
the panic really rushed across your face.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm guilty of when I'm describing food. Sometimes I sound too much like I'm trying to appeal to the high. I go, well, the zippy sort of brightness of the acid really it wakes up the dish, but it's not overpowering. I needed some acid, but I didn't need it to be briny. And people go, okay, so lemon? I go, yeah, it's lemon. it's some lemon in there.
Yeah, it was lemon.
What's up, you hoes and bros that are hoes and hoes that are bros? Those are neutral terms. Shout out to the people in the West Village and NYU and Washington Square Park. I want to thank y'all for keeping annoying 18-year-old culture alive. Every article I see says the kids aren't outside. The kids don't want to drink. The kids don't do drugs. They're not fun. Y'all kids, every time I see y'all having some fun. Y'all are having some fun. Y'all are hyping up men that do not look like any of these look-alike contests. Y'all are shouting at people. Y'all are dancing. Y'all are buying the same jacket and the same jeans and the same t-shirt and wearing them all at the same time. I'm seeing boys walking around in groups of 4, kind of like destroying any sort of sidewalk maneuverability, but they're out having fun. And as much as it pains me to be stuck behind y'all, I'd rather y'all be outside than online. So shout out to the West Village girlies. Shout out to the NYU boys. Shout out to all of you stupid, dumb kids. Shout out. That's for me, your uncle. Wow. Someone who's older than your mayor.
Wow.
That was amazing.
I completely agree with you because it has actually, I've done a real 180 on this. I'm like, it's so good that you're not on your phones.
Yes.
Like, I definitely think it's going to take some time to like get reacclimated to the world. It's like sort of like wild monkeys running around. But like even when I see, for example, in a movie theater, someone on their phone or filming, I'm like, you know what? I don't love that, but it's good that you're at the movies.
Imagine being mad. You see people wrapped around the Spaniard.
Exactly.
I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
Let them go. Let them go to the Spaniard.
Completely.
I'm not gonna go. Let them go to the Spaniard. Let them go to that little karaoke place right there too. Let them have fun. I'm never gonna be mad at them.
I will be mad at them if they're waiting outside of a photo booth museum.
Well, it's better that than wherever I'm going.
Yeah.
The theater?
Listen, I'm gonna say it. It's so funny. I truly don't think those people can see pieces. I don't think they'll be in the village. They can't see pieces. They can't see Julius. They truly.
That's
they'll just
true.
Be like,
Literally, don't even say those names on the podcast. It is like
redact.
It's like
Becca, censor those. Andrew, censor those.
It's truly like
they can't see them.
I'm so happy those places exist. It's like, oh, it's safe to be 34.
Yeah.
Safe and encouraged.
Encouraged.
Yeah, and listen, if you're a 39-year-old Canadian,
oh my God,
come to pieces.
Come on,
oh my God.
Drake, imagine Drake is at pieces. You get the text. Drake is at pieces.
Guess what? I'm sprinting there. Yeah, I'm taking the Uber Black. Because I want to be in the photo like this. Can I say, okay, one time I did a comedy show in Toronto at Comedy Bar. I did my show. There's a second show going on with a very funny comedian, Hassan Pills. He knows Drake. Like, they message back and forth. He's a Canadian comedian. Drake's going to come to this show. Before Drake shows up, security does a sweep.
Wow.
They like say Drake's gonna come at this time. He's gonna come through this door. Be very specific.
Whoa.
Also, don't make a scene of it. He just wants to enjoy the comedy show. He's gonna be low key. Everything's gonna be low key. He shows up, floor length white fur. This is him low key.
Behind the candelabra tease.
That is so funny.
Full on Miss Piggy level deep.
Drake is the Miss Piggy of rappers.
Drake is the Miss Piggy rap. It used to be Nicki. But Drake shows up. It definitely gets as much attention as possible. Comes in. Everyone just like is in awe at him. He like sits down. I think Alistair was like going, so he had to stretch. Drake shows up. He finally brings Hassan on stage. And so then like the people are like watching Hassan. But every couple of seconds they're like, is Drake live? So then they have to tell the audience, watch me. Don't watch Drake. Drake goes up to use the bathroom. People, it's like, it is hilarious that he will do. So him going to pieces, not crazy.
Well, I went to the SNL that he hosted when Views came out.
Yeah.
And he rented out Dave and Buster's for the after party. And he was like dancing on the pinball machines.
No.
Hey, guess what? I'm going to say it. George, that works on me.
Drake dancing on the pinball machine at Dave and Buster's.
I'm trying to get my Dave and
Buster's. Talk about boy.
Dave and Buster's. Like, I was like, what is this choice?
That works on me a little bit. I don't not in a hookup way, but in like a be stupid.
Yeah, no, there's something charming about it. I mean, we started with Pokemon, we're ending with Dave and Buster's.
Well,
hello.
Stream Jay's special, yes, ma'am, on
yes.
Hulu.
Oh, yeah, and I'm on tour as well. You can catch me. It's called a Nothing Special Tour because it's nothing from the special. I'll be in Los Angeles. I'll be in Grand Rapids. I'll be in Chicago. I'll eventually be in SF. I will also be in Fort Worth. I think there's someplace I'm missing. Oh, I'm going to be in Portland, Maine for the first time since I was there with Bob. So yeah, so you can catch all of those dates. Tickets are going to be at jayjurden.com. And follow me online if you want more silly shit like this, I guess.
Well, this was such a treat. Thanks for doing it.
Thank y'all.
Bye. Podcast ends now. StraightioLab is a production by Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network and iHeart Podcasts.
Created and hosted by me, George Civeris, and Sam Taggart.
Executive produced by Jenna Cagle, co-produced by Becca Ramos.
Edited by Lauren Stumpf and mixed and mastered by Doug Bain.
Artwork by Michael Fales and Matt Grubb. Theme music by Ben Kling.